What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the How to Vegan podcast. My name is Kristen. I'm the host of this podcast, and I'm so glad that you're here. So glad you're listening. Today's episode is going to be a fun one. Another kind of like holiday themed episode, I guess you could call it, even though these gift ideas would be great for any time of year. But it is the middle of November, nearing the end of November, and the holidays are coming around. And I've had a few requests to do an episode on some gift ideas for vegans. So for those of you that have asked me for that, I am delivering on that promise I made you. I just want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Osea Malibu. They are amazing. They're the original plant-based, results-driven skincare line, and I'm totally, absolutely in love with their products. I'll definitely be talking a little bit more about them a little bit later in the episode, so definitely stay tuned for a little friend discount code that I have for you. If you're not following the How to Vegan podcast Instagram account, go follow that. I'll leave links in the show notes for that as well. Make sure to take a little screenshot of you listening to this episode or any episode that you love and share it on your Instagram stories. Tag the How to Vegan podcast account as well as my personal account, which is kristen.pound, and I'll totally repost them. I love when you guys share these episodes with your followers. It's super awesome. It just spreads the knowledge about all of this stuff. So thank you for those of you that do that. I love it. I'll definitely repost them, like I said. And wherever you listen to this podcast, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have your downloads turned on. So whenever you're ready to listen to the new episode, it's just sitting there waiting for you. And I usually include a few links and such in the shortened down description or show notes for the podcast that you'll find on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or SoundCloud. But if you're looking for the full show notes, then definitely head on over to my website, kristenpound.com, and click on the podcast tab, or you can just head straight there by typing in kristenpound.com/podcast, and it's KRISTEN, and then pound is POUND, just like the word. So yeah, there you'll find links to everything that I mentioned in each episode. You can go ahead and take a look around the rest of my website. I've got recipes. I have a $5 vegan starter kit with all of my favorite recipes in there for you, and some meal plans and grocery lists and all of that stuff. So if you're interested in that, I have a $5 vegan starter kit. Highly recommend it. My favorite recipes on the planet are in that starter kit. And if you're loving this podcast, then please head on over to iTunes or Apple Podcast app and leave a rating, leave a review. It really helps more people see the podcast. It kind of pops it up there in the rankings. And when people search for a vegan podcast, it more likely will pop up. So please do that. It would mean so much to me. And share this episode with anybody that you think might be interested in this information or any of the other episodes that I've put together in the past. Like I always say, go ahead, share that vegan love. It feels so good, and that ripple effect is so damn real. Alrighty, now let's get into today's topic, vegan gift ideas. Okay, so in today's episode, I am going to give you some awesome gift ideas that you might want to add to, say, your Christmas or birthday or Valentine's Day list, or whenever you want to receive a gift or anything like that. And these are also great gift ideas to give to other people that don't compromise your ethics and your beliefs. So if someone, if you're looking for a present to give to someone for Christmas or their birthday, and you don't want to get something that isn't vegan or that, again, just doesn't fit your beliefs and your morals, then these are some great gift ideas for you to give to other people as well. Or maybe you just want to treat yourself and give yourself a gift any time of the year. This might spark a little bit of inspiration for you, and you can start a little gift ideas for yourself note in your phones. I have one of those like all the time because it always comes to like Christmas or my birthday or Valentine's Day or whatever it is. And people are like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. So I started like in the notes section of my phone, just anytime I think of something that I might want, I just add it there. So if any of these spark inspiration for you, if you're like, oh, I might want that, add that to a little list. And the next time someone says, what would you like for X holiday or whatever, you'll have some ideas. So hopefully this will be a good little jumping off point for you to gather some inspiration as well. And I tried to put a lot of things on this list that are more zero waste or low impact gift ideas because the planet, because I'm getting really into living a more low impact, zero waste, ethical, environmentally ethical lifestyle, just really trying to live more minimally and really keep the things that I want and get rid of things that I don't want. And we're trying to tell people, our families and such, that we don't just want gifts that are just things that you think we might want. We're really trying to live a more minimal, conscious lifestyle in all areas of our life. So these are things that really kind of fit that lifestyle as well. There are definitely some things in here that aren't considered like a low impact gift, but I try to include a lot of those where possible. So for those of you trying to live that way as well, I have some really, really great ideas on these lists for you. And near the end of the episode, I'll also be giving you some tips for what to do when you receive a gift that isn't vegan, because that can be awkward as shit. I remember the first time that happened being like, oh my God, oh shit, this isn't vegan, and like didn't know how to respond. And I think I've made the person feel bad that gave me the gift, because I was just like, this isn't vegan. And it just wasn't the right way to approach it. So I have some ideas and tips for you near the end of the episode for kind of how to deal with those kinds of situations as well. And for everything that I'm going to be talking about, I will definitely be leaving links in the full show notes over at kristenpound.com. So if there's something that you're like, oh my God, I want that, that's such a good idea, or I want to give that to somebody, that's a perfect thing for them, then just head on over there. Again, just click on the podcast tab. I will leave a link in the show notes, the shortened down show notes as well, to get to my website. And there you will just find links to everything that I mentioned, and it'll make it really easy for you. Okay, so let's get into it. I love talking about this stuff. This was such a fun episode to put together, because it was so fun just like brainstorming, like, oh, what would I want to receive? What would other people that I know who are vegan or live a cruelty-free lifestyle and are more ethically like minded? And this was just so fun to think of things. And now it's awesome because I have so many ideas. So when my family or Casey's family or friends, anything like that, we always do like a Secret Santa friend exchange, gift exchange thing. I have some ideas for my like list. Normally it's like, okay, give some ideas for your Secret Santa on what to give you. And I'm like, I don't know what I want. And I'm usually just like, I don't know, whatever you think. And now I actually have some like solid ideas and things that I would be really, really excited to get. So I'm excited to kind of let you guys know things that I came up with. And if you guys think of anything that would be great to add to this list, or things that you're like, oh my God, you might like this based off the things that you hear me mentioning, or this is something that I gave my boyfriend who's vegan, or my mom who's vegan, or this is something that I got that I loved, then definitely let me know. Feel free to reach out on Instagram. You can direct message me on my personal account or on the podcast account. You can come find me on Facebook. You can email me. Any of the options. You can find me on YouTube and leave a comment on this video. Any of the options. I'd love to hear from you on some gift ideas that you think are great. But these are the ones that I came up with, and I hope you think they're good ideas too. Okay, so I kind of like grouped them into sections. I first just had them all random, and there was like a giant list of things that didn't really flow very well. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna organize these into like category type things to make it a little bit easier to digest, and then everything's kind of more organized. I'm a huge organization freak. I love things to be super organized. So hopefully it'll be easier for you guys to kind of understand and digest all of this stuff. So the first little category that I'm going to be talking about is memberships and subscriptions. I think these kind of gifts are awesome because they're typically more low waste than a lot of other gifts. And who doesn't love getting like a membership or a subscription to something? I love that kind of stuff. So I think that's a great gift idea, and something that I always forget about when people are like, oh, what might you like? I always think of like physical gifts or physical products or whatever. And this is just kind of something different. And I think it's kind of fun. So the first thing that I have on my list is a subscription to Veg News magazine. If you don't know what Veg News magazine is, they're amazing. I think it's like the first vegan magazine that came out. And I think it's every like 2 months, a new magazine gets delivered to your door. They have like online subscriptions as well. I am a super big fan of like printed magazines and books and stuff like that. So it's an awesome magazine. There's always recipes and articles and just everything that you would want in a magazine, but it's totally catered to vegans. So Veg News magazine, if you've never seen one, then go check one out. They usually have them at most places that have magazines. You can kind of flip through it and see if that might be something that you want or something that you want to give to somebody. And maybe you don't even want to get a full subscription, but just want to get one of the magazines for them to enjoy. The holiday issue just came out maybe a month ago, and it's awesome. So many good recipes, so many good articles, and just, it's really inspiring. And I think it would make a great gift. Another thing that you could give is a vegan subscription box. There are a lot of options out there. There's vegan beauty boxes and snacks and specific ones for chocolate. There's ones for, crystals and aromatherapy, plants. You can get plants delivered to your door every month. There's combo boxes and tons of other options. So I'll leave a link for this article that Veg News put out called 11 Vegan Subscription Boxes We're Obsessed With. So if you're interested in kind of gathering some ideas, then you can go check that out. But essentially a subscription box just gets delivered to your doorstep every month, and you get lots of new stuff every month. So it's a really awesome gift idea and something that I think is just really cool and unique. Another idea is for a subscription to Food Matters TV. I recently subscribed to Food Matters TV. FMTV is how it shows up on like your Roku device or whatever, and you can also watch it online. But there are so many inspirational films, guided programs like meditation programs and cooking programs. They have meal plans, shopping lists. It comes with online support and a community. So you can watch it anywhere, you can cancel anytime. And I love it. There's so many, what did we just watch? We just watched a really cool one called Time is Art. And this girl just goes on a journey she just used to not believe in any kind of synchronicity or any kind of really spirituality or anything like that. And she recently had an eye-opening experience and kind of dove into it and talked to all of these profound people in this movement or in this way of thinking. And it just totally changed her life. And so that was a really cool documentary. There's so many on there. So if you're into kind of like that mindfulness and healthy eating stuff, then Food Matters TV would be an awesome thing to ask for or to give to somebody who thinks that way. A subscription to Spotify would be awesome if you don't have one. There's a ton of music on there and podcasts. This podcast, the How to Vegan podcast, is on there. There's other vegan podcasts. There's tons of stuff on there. So a subscription to Spotify could be a great thing to ask for if you don't have one. Same with a subscription to Netflix. There are so many great vegan documentaries on Netflix. What the Health, The Game Changers, Earthlings, Cowspiracy. There's tons of them on there. So if you have not seen those and you're wanting a subscription to check those out, then Netflix is something you could ask for or something to give. All of these are something you could either ask for or something you could give. So I'm going to try not to say that after each gift. Just assume that that's what I mean. A subscription to Audible is another great idea. That is full of like books. So if you're into like listening to audiobooks, that might be a great gift idea. They probably have every book out there. So if you're interested in listening to The China Study or How Not to Die or other vegan books, then that would be great. But then there's so many other options out there as well. So a subscription to Audible could be a great idea. Or you could give them a membership to like a local gym that they go to or that they want to go to. So if you're looking to get a little bit healthier or maybe start a workout routine, then you could ask for a membership to whatever gym is in your area and that you would like to go to. And another awesome gift that I think would be fun to either give or receive would be classes to learn a new skill. So things like pottery classes or dance classes, cooking classes to learn a new like musical instrument. I just think that was such a good idea to try something new, kind of expand your comfort zone. And I just think that'd be such a fun gift to get. Like if I got a gift to do like pottery classes, like I would never buy that for myself, but if I got that, I would go. And who knows, you might find like a new hobby or meet new people. And I just think that's a cool gift. That's again, a lot less wasteful, and it just sounds so fun. So I thought that that would be a really fun thing to kind of look into too, if you're wanting a gift like that or somebody would be interested in that you might want to be giving a gift to. Okay, so moving on to the next little category of gifts. The next is food and drink. This is one of my favorite categories for sure. So something that I think is just an awesome gift to give no matter what is homemade food. So things like cookies, vegan Chex Mix, that party mix stuff, chocolate dipped pretzels, truffles, caramel sauce, etc. So anything that you like to make or want to learn how to make, that can be a great way to give just like a really well thought out gift, is to make some homemade food for people, because who doesn't love homemade food? I just love getting gifts like that. And if you're newly vegan, or if you've been vegan for a while and you miss those like popcorn tins at Christmas time, I remember those like, oh, so much. I remember just getting like, our family at least having like those popcorn tins. I don't even know. I guess you get them in a lot of places. And there's like 3 different kinds of popcorn in there, like the cheesy one and like a buttery one and a sweet one, and just snarfing those down, and they're so good. But I have never seen a vegan one like at a regular store, but they have customizable vegan popcorn tins at cornucopiapopcorn.com, and they're not all vegan, but they have a vegan section on their website, and there are so many amazing flavors to choose from, like amazing. So if you know someone that is super into those, or if you want one of those, then that's a really good thing to ask for or to give, because I miss those. I haven't had one of those in so long, and I feel like that would be a really good gift. If you're into wine, there is definitely vegan wine that's out there. My next episode is going to be titled What's the Deal with Alcohol? It's going to be another in my What's the Deal with series, and it's going to be all about alcohol, because if you didn't know, not all alcohol is vegan, and I'm going to be diving into that in the next episode, which will be out in a couple of weeks. But if you're looking for some good vegan wine, Frey Wine, Frey wine.com is an awesome source for vegan wine. You can also go to barnivore.com, and you can find vegan wine on that website, vegan beer. It's just it's like the ultimate website for finding vegan alcohol. So check out Barnivore, and you can find stuff that might be sold in your local stores there as well. So vegan wine is a great idea. Vegan chocolate is a really good idea. A lot of dark chocolate is vegan. Just make sure to check the ingredients. But I'll leave a link for a website that all of their chocolate is vegan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's SJAAKS. I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel like I want to say Saks, S-Jacks. I don't know what it is, but I'll leave a link for that. And everything on their website is vegan, and it looks amazing. Another gift idea would be like their favorite kind of loose leaf tea, and maybe a reusable tea strainer if they need one. A lot of things on this list they might not need, or you might not need. So make sure to be clear about that. I've just been starting to be really clear about things that I need and don't need, because for so long I just was being so nice, and anything anybody would give me, I'd be like, oh, that's so nice, thank you. Being like, I don't need another coat, but maybe I'll wear this once. Or I don't need another tea strainer, but I feel bad saying that I don't need this. But recently I've just been like, this is what I want, and please don't buy things that are not on this list, because it probably means I don't need it, nor do I want it. So be really clear in what you're asking for, and make sure you just double check with whoever you're giving gift to that you're not just giving them something that they already have, if possible. Sometimes you don't have an option to chat with people about the gifts you're giving them, but that can be something. If you're really trying to be a little bit low waste or low impact, then I think that could be a really good idea. Just talking about it, making it not so strange to talk about the gifts ahead of time. It doesn't need to be a complete surprise, because I would rather get something that I really love and want than something that I don't love, don't want, and really don't need. So another idea would be a gift card to a grocery store. So maybe your favorite grocery store, you could ask for like, hey, I really want a gift card to Whole Foods or to Trader Joe's or to the co-op in my area. Whatever grocery store you shop at a lot, that'd be a great thing to ask for. I would love that, because y'all know how much we spend grocery shopping. I mean, we all go to the grocery store unless you literally Uber Eats all your food, which some people literally do that. But I just think that'd be a great gift idea to add to your list, and something that could be really, really just useful. And you might want to ask for some reusable grocery bags if you need them. If you don't need them, don't ask for them. And just be careful not to get those ones that have like the plastic in them. They're kind of like stiffer. You can tell that they have like a little bit of plastic or something in there. I think Trader Joe's sells those, and it's just like, just don't. I think they're a little bit more durable maybe, but I don't know. Maybe they sell them that way, say this is more durable, but I just get like the cloth reusable bags, something that's clearly just like cloth that isn't going to be harmful to the planet as it kind of sits in the landfill someday. And the last thing I have on the food and drink list is maybe something like a meal prep and or delivery service. So something that kind of came to mind, maybe one of the more popular ones is Purple Carrot. I'm not sure if that's like a meal prep or if I think it's like they send you the ingredients, they give you recipes, and then you prep it all and make it. So you're just getting exactly what you need to make specific recipes. But I know there are other meal delivery services that deliver you the meals all set to go. There's one in Boise, and you just order the food at the beginning of the week, and each day they deliver your food to you. So if that's something that would be, something you would like or something that you want to give to somebody, there are definitely options out there. So check locally first. I think it's always best to support your local businesses. It definitely means that there's going to be a lot less gas used in transport and things like that. So check out that stuff. And if you can't find anything locally, I think Purple Carrot and Vistro is another one that I think is around nationally as well. Okay, next little category on the list of vegan gift ideas is kitchen stuff. This is probably I don't know if this is my favorite category. I think food and drink. No, this is my favorite category. I'm probably going to say that for all of them, but I love getting stuff for my kitchen. It's stuff, especially stuff that I need. Like, I just love having good quality kitchen supplies and stuff like that. So the first gift idea is a plant fiber dish brush. So, a lot of those dish brushes or dish scrubbers that people use are just plastic with like plastic little scrubby bristles. That's the word I'm looking for. So they do make ones out of like plant fiber. Bamboo is the best. Bamboo is really, it grows really fast. It breaks down pretty quickly, and that's one of the best. So if you can find one that's bamboo, I'll leave a link to one that I found. And that's a great, I don't know. I think you go through those. So I think that'd be a good gift to give to someone who might not have one of those. Another idea is some reusable cloth napkins. I love to thrift for these because they're really unique and you can just wash them and they're totally fine. At first I was like, that's kind of weird to use napkins other people use, like cloth napkins other people have used. That seems kind of gross. But then you go to restaurants and you're using cloth napkins and silverware that so many other people have used. So it's not as weird as it might initially seem. And you can find so many of these at thrift stores. If you're not feeling down with the thrift store thing, then you can go find some at, whatever store you want to shop at. But reusable cloth napkins are so great. You can pop one in your zero waste kit. You can keep them at home. And we just use these now instead of paper towels. And that way we're not being wasteful and wasting something that really you can use, put in the washing machine, dry it, and it's good to go. Good to be used so many times. And you can find really cute ones too. So I just think that's a great gift idea. Reusable Ziploc bags, such a good gift idea. The main brand that's kind of most well known is a brand called Stasher Bags, but you can definitely find something similar that isn't quite as expensive. I got some that are like a little bit less expensive. They're definitely not as nice of quality, but they work just as well. And then that way you don't have to use Ziploc bags. You just wash them, dry them, reuse them, boom. So much better for the planet. Reusable straws is another great gift idea. You can get stainless steel straws, glass straws, bamboo straws. So whether they're going to use them at home or they're going to take them on the go or whatever feels best for them. There's different sizes. So there's ones for smoothies. There's smaller ones for, water and other kinds of liquids. So if you know someone that loves using straws or uses their straws for smoothies or whatever, reusable straws are a great thing to either ask for or to give. That's a great stocking stuffer as well. If you celebrate Christmas, I reference Christmas because that's what our family celebrates. I don't love Christmas. I'm not religious at all. It's not my favorite, but that's what we celebrate. So I'm going to be referencing that. If you celebrate something else and give gifts for that, then I support that fully. And I'm not just ignoring your holidays or whatever, but I'm really just mentioning that because that's what we celebrate and that's just kind of what comes to mind most easily. So just wanted to throw that in there. Another gift idea would be some reusable travel utensils. So I have bamboo travel utensils that I bring with me when I'm flying or if we're going on a long road trip, and they're easy to clean and they're really lightweight. So if someone that travels a lot and stuff like that, some reusable bamboo utensils could be a really good idea. The ones I have come with like a little Velcro pouch, so they keeps them all together, and I really like them. The next thing on my little kitchen list would be an Instant Pot. Oh my God, I love my Instant Pot. I don't know what I did without it. I love it. And if you have been living or on the internet around for a little bit, then you've probably seen people talking about their Instant Pot. And a lot of times people in my How to Vegan Facebook group will ask, is the Instant Pot worth it? I'm just not sure. Yes, I'm telling you it is worth it, I think. And I know a lot of other people think so too. So if you're looking, it's like pretty much, if you don't know what it is, it's an electric pressure cooker. So, you know, those old school pressure cookers that would go on the stove, it's kind of like that, except you just plug it in and you can set it for however many minutes. It cooks beans in it's so much quicker than having to soak them and then cook them. And a lot of the stuff like rice isn't essentially like, it's not much faster than cooking it on the stove, but it comes out perfectly every time. Like for some reason, when I used to cook rice on the stove, it just would like not come out right every time. This is like perfect rice every time. You can steam vegetables. I'm going to release an Instant Pot lasagna soup video soon on my YouTube channel. You can make soups. You can make so many things in there. So highly recommend an Instant Pot. I have the 6-quart Instant Pot, so it's a little bit bigger than I think a lot of other people have. And I think they even have an 8-quart Instant Pot. I would recommend getting a little bit bigger than you think you might need, because you can meal prep and make big amounts of things and then have it on hand for the week, or you can freeze soups or beans or rice or whatever and have it on hand. So I like that I have a little bit bigger one. And on my YouTube channel, which is just Kristen Pound, if any of you have YouTube, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instant Pot recipe playlist. So I have lots of recipes on there for Instant Pot stuff. And if you need any inspiration, like how would I use this? Or if you have a new one or you ask for one, go check that out so you have some ideas on how to use it. The next thing on my list is a little bit spendier, but you know, some people have the budget for that. And it's a Vitamix. This is probably my favorite thing I have in the kitchen. Absolute, hands down. I use it every day for smoothies. Sometimes I make like these hot cocoa drinks in there, and you can make soups in it, and you can you can make like banana nice cream in it, and it's amazing. It's so powerful, and it's like just a staple in my kitchen. So if you don't have one, or if you know of someone and it's in your budget, they're definitely more expensive, then a Vitamix might be something that could be a good gift idea. Next thing on my list is some vegan cookbooks. I have a podcast episode all about my top 10 vegan cookbooks. So if you're interested in either asking for some or giving some for gifts, then go check out that episode. But some of my favorites are the Hot for Food Vegan Comfort Classics, amazing, by Lauren Toyota of Hot for Food. Such a good cookbook. Oh She Glows. Her cookbooks are awesome as well. And one of my favorites is But I Could Never Go Vegan. And again, if you're interested in learning more about my favorite vegan cookbooks, go check out my top 10 vegan cookbooks episode. But I think vegan cookbooks are a really good gift idea, or something great to ask for. And a lot of times you can find them thrifted. So if you're not wanting to buy something new, you can maybe find something thrifted, or you could say, hey friends, my vegan friends, let's have like a cookbook exchange. And you might have had something for so long that you never looked through it. You might want to swap some out, and then you could give that as a gift, which I think is a really good idea. Okay, the next thing on my kitchen list would be a nut milk bag. This is another thing that I use all of the time. I like to make my milk, my vegan non-dairy milk, at home, because it's a lot better for you. You know what's going into it. It doesn't have any of those thickeners or preservatives. And another reason I like to make it at home is because those like cartons that it comes in are not recyclable, because it has that waxy surface to it. And so every time I get milk at the store and then I'm done with it and have to throw that away, I feel terrible. So I try to make my milk at home whenever I can. My favorite is a combination of cashew and almond, and then you just blend it up in the blender with some water, some dates, some little bit of salt, and some vanilla extract. That's how I like to make mine. And then you just pour it through this nut milk bag, and it's really fine. It's like not mesh. It's pretty just really fine, and it gets out all of the pulp, and the milk is so silky smooth. So I'll leave a link to my favorite one in the show notes, because it is the best. I tried several before this, and they all like just didn't work. Like there still was just like chunks and like grittiness kind of to it, and this makes it so smooth. And the last thing on my list for kitchen stuff would be some silicone baking mats. I love these. Again, I use these all the time. Instead of having to use parchment paper every single time you bake something, which can be really wasteful, you just have these reusable silicone baking mats, and you just wash them, dry them, good to go. Reuse them over and over and over. I have had mine for maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 years now, and I just have one. I kind of want another one so that I have a couple to rotate out, but they're amazing. They work perfectly. Nothing sticks to them. I don't use oil most of the time, and it just works so well. So highly recommend some silicone baking mats if you don't have any. Okay, next little category on the list is beauty products. So the first thing that I have in the beauty category would be some things like some like naked products. So I know Lush is really good at making like non-packaged products. So things like bath bombs, shampoo bars, soap. So if you have a Lush in your area, I don't know if we do. I don't know if I've ever even been to one of those stores, but I know people rave about it all the time. I'm not huge on like beauty stuff. I'm pretty simplistic when it comes to this stuff, but I know people absolutely are so into like beauty products and shampoos and all that stuff. So they make, shampoo bars, conditioner bars, and that don't have any packaging. So you just walk in, they've got them displayed, pick them up, check them out. That can be a great, stocking stuffer or something to give that is a lot less worse for the environment than coming packaged in a lot of plastic and stuff like that. Something that I just ordered and that is going to be here tomorrow in the mail are some reusable cotton rounds. For a long time, if you listened to my vegan skincare routine episode or watched my vegan skincare routine video on YouTube, you saw that I was using those like makeup wipes that you throw away. I've just for so long was using it and I thought they worked great and I just didn't know what else to do instead. And a couple people messaged me like, hey, you should try these reusable cotton rounds. You essentially just use them with whatever, liquid makeup remover you want or coconut oil, which is what I'm going to try. And people say that it works great. I've done that before, but I was doing it with like Kleenex and it just was like hurting. So these are apparently really soft. They're made out of bamboo. It comes with 20 of them in the like package of them. There's 20 of them, so you can reuse them. And then it comes with a little bag that you toss in the laundry machine. So you put all of them in there, put them in this bag, and then wash them, and then you reuse them. So it's so much less wasteful. It's bamboo, which again is really eco-friendly, and I'm really excited to get mine. So that could be another great thing to ask for. If you're into makeup or want to give the gift of makeup, there's lots of vegan makeup brands out there. I really like Tarte, so I'll leave a link for their stuff. And Kat Von D, she makes some really great stuff as well. Everything's vegan and cruelty-free. That's really important when you're shopping for beauty products or household products, is to make sure not only that it's vegan so that it doesn't have any animal products in it, but that it's cruelty-free as well so that they don't test on animals. That's really important to me. And the other way around, I see a lot of products that are like, oh, we're cruelty free, but then has non-vegan items in the ingredients. So just be thorough, whether you're asking for something or giving something, that it's both, if that matters to whoever you're giving the gift to, or if it's for you, make sure that you're asking for something specific that you really want. And there's lots of other vegan makeup brands out there. Those are just two that I've tried and that I really like personally. Okay, and the last thing in the beauty category would be some vegan skincare. And if y'all know, if you've been listening to me or following me on Instagram for a while, then you know that Osea is my absolute favorite. Like literally have changed my life. And that's who I mentioned at the beginning of this episode. And I said I was going to give you a little friend discount code, but I'm telling you, Osea is amazing. I just love their products so much. So I have their ocean cleanser, I have their blemish balm, and I have this like corrective complex stuff that you kind of put on any like little acne bumps or blemishes as they're starting to come up, and it helps them go away quicker. But that blemish balm is my absolute favorite. It smells so good. But their products are absolutely amazing. If you've listened to me talk about them at all before, then you'll know that I have suffered with some acne. I'm one of those like 33-year-old ladies that just deals with that shit, and I try to find out what I can to fix it. And these are the first products that I've tried that have really made they've been a long-lasting solution to something that has been like my number one insecurity. And so I absolutely love how nourishing and purifying and glowing these products really are for my skin. They really reduce any appearance of my breakouts, and it makes my skin so much less red. I absolutely am in love with their products. It's all non-toxic. Everything is plant-based and vegan. So all of their ingredients most of their products are made with this bioavailable seaweed, which I think is their like secret weapon in their products, because this seaweed does something to my skin that just makes it look so much better. And it's not just from my perspective. Like people in my life are like, your skin looks so good. What are you doing? And I'm like, Osea. I'm telling you, it is Osea. So if you've never tried Osea stuff, you're going to love it. Another thing that I really love about Osea is that Everything is sourced really responsibly as far as the environment goes. Everything is packaged in a really sustainable way. So they're really mindful about that kind of stuff as well. It's a woman-owned company, family-run. Everybody there is so amazing and kind, and they have skincare for all types of skin. So not just like blemish prone, but for dry skin and every kind of skin type out there. You can go to their website, you can take a little skin quiz. It'll suggest some products that might be great for you, and I highly recommend. So if you were looking for something that would be great for your skin, this is such a good gift idea. Or if you know someone who maybe, suffers from some acne or maybe has some age spots on their hands and they want to reduce that. They have so many different types of products, masks that are so amazing. Like, their stuff is so great. So I think this is a great gift to ask for or to give. So if you're interested, then if you click on the link in the show notes, then you will get $10 off of your first purchase of $50. So we made it really easy for you. You essentially just click on the link in the description or show notes, you go shop, find your favorite stuff, and then when you go to check out, the discount code will automatically be applied. So it makes it really easy for you. You don't have to remember a code or anything like that. You just click on the link, you're good to go. So yeah, I just think that is such a great gift idea because their products are so high quality, so amazing, and such a good company to support. Okay, the next category on my list of gift ideas is stuff for the home. Things to make your home just nice and cozy and so, making your home nice and cozy and lovely and just you is so important. So the first thing I have on my list is plants. If you're into plants, like I have been lately, I've just been getting into plants so much. Like it feels so good to have your house nice and green and the air is purified, and it's just beautiful to have lots of different plants in your house. So you can either propagate your own to save money. So if you have plants, you can look up how to propagate that specific kind of plant. And that essentially means like taking a trimming from it on a specific location on the plant, usually down near the base of it, sticking it in water, waiting for it to grow roots, and then you can plant it again. So if you're wanting to save some money, you can propagate your own and then give those as gifts. You can, buy new plants. And if you're propagating your own, then you can even, go to thrift stores for pots and find really cool ones. You can paint them and you can give those as gifts. That's just, I love giving I love giving and getting plants as gifts. So I thought that would be a really good one to include on this list. Another idea is a salt lamp. If you don't have a salt lamp, highly recommend. It just gives off this beautiful glow, and I don't have one, but I'm going to get one this year for Christmas. I know it. I've been talking about it for like 6 or 7 months constantly, like, salt lamp, salt lamp, salt lamp. So I better get one. And if I don't, then I'm buying myself one because they're not too expensive. They range in size. You can get a small little one. You can get a bigger one, and they're just so good for you, good for the home, and just give off this beautiful, subtle glow of light. And I just think every room should have one. I think they're beautiful. So that would be a really good gift to ask for if you're into that kind of stuff. Candles are another great gift. You just want to make sure that they're not made with beeswax, and you definitely want to make sure that there's no like metal in the wick or anything bad like that. A lot of candles that are made really cheaply are just not good for you to breathe in that stuff, especially the candles that leave like a black soot around the edge of them or in the inside of the candle. Like that means you're breathing that stuff in. So try not to get super cheap candles. One candle company that I found that I really, really like, I actually discovered them at our Saturday market a couple weeks ago. They're called Gypsy Vine. I'll leave a link for them for sure. The one that I got that I really love is called Petrichor, and it's supposed to smell like that smell when you go outside after it rains. So kind of like that earthy, a little bit sweet, like dirt kind of, like, but in a good way. And at first I was like, do I want this? I can't tell. And I love it. Like I can't stop burning it. I absolutely love it. And they have lots of different smells. I almost said flavors, scents. They have lots of different scents. So I'll leave a link for their website, but there's lots and lots of candle companies out there. If you want to find something local, just make sure you ask, is this vegan? Is it cruelty free? What's the wick made out of? How long does it burn for? And they'll be really helpful. So candles, I think that's a really good gift to give or to ask for because it just makes your home smell good and cozy. And sometimes it's just not something that I buy for myself because they can be a little bit more expensive if you do buy something higher quality. So that can be a great gift to ask for. And the last thing I have on my ideas for the home would be some homemade cleaning products. I think this would be such a great gift to give to someone who's trying to live a more, eco-conscious, eco-friendly lifestyle because you essentially just make it out of like orange peels, vinegar, and water, I believe. Maybe some essential oils if you want to. And you just, it's got to sit for a little bit. It's not just like an immediate put those in there and it works. I've never made any of my own. I'm still kind of waiting for the products that I have to go away and to be so that I'm out of them. But I am going to try making my own. And then you can just buy like a glass bottle with a little spray top, and then you can gift those. They're really cheap to make. And I think it'd just be a fun gift to give to someone who's into that kind of lifestyle. So I will leave a link to some recipes. It's like a spring cleaning 7 recipes for DIY vegan cleaning products. So I'll leave that in the show notes if you want to go check those out and maybe make those for somebody, or you could ask for that too. Hey mom, I'm wanting these, make this for me. You never know. It could be awesome. Could be worth it. Okay. The next category is like clothes and such, kind of like clothes, shoes, accessories. So if you're into like vegan t-shirts or hoodies or hats or jewelry or accessories or stickers, ones that say like, ones that have like vegan messages on them or whatever, Etsy is a really, really good place to look for that. There's lots of websites out there. You can just type in like vegan t-shirt online and you can find some. You might have some stores that are local that will carry them. If you're looking for some really, really cute like t-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, then vegetarian.com have some of my favorite. I just think they're so cute. Some of them for me on other websites and stuff, I'm just like, that's kind of annoying or obnoxious or not that cute or don't look very well made. But the ones on vegetarian.com, it's vegetarian. I know it sounds like I'm saying vegetarian in a really weird way, but it's vegetarian. Like her name, I think, is Taryn. I'll leave a link, but there's some really, really cute ones on there. So something that isn't so in your face. Some of them are, but some of them are a little more subtle. And like there's one I think that's the NASA logo that just says vegan. My friend Jen has that and it's so cute. So there's like one, a play off of the Jurassic Park logo or whatever that's called. Maybe it says just plants. I think that's what it says. They're so cute. So I think that's a good idea to give to somebody for, if you don't know, if you're like, oh, my friend's vegan and I don't know what to give to her, or I would love shirts like these. Those are some good ideas. Another really good idea would be some cute vegan handbags. There's some vegan luxury handbags on this website, JWPEI. I don't know if you say like pie. I don't know. I'm so bad at pronouncing things that I haven't heard somebody say sometimes, but there's lots of places that you can find really cute, like, vegan leather backpacks or purses. And when you are shopping for that kind of stuff, it's best to try to find things that are made out of things that are natural instead of just plastic. But there are a lot of options out there. So if that's something that you're into or something that you have a friend or sibling or whatever who might be into that stuff, check that stuff out. There's lots of options online. I'll leave a link for this website that has some really cute backpacks that I'm really into. But yeah, the options are really growing so quickly. Like when I first went vegan 8 years ago, to find like a cute leather jacket or, vegan leather or some vegan leather, like a vegan leather purse that was cute and different was kind of hard. I mean, the options were very limited and now they're everywhere. So that's just an idea. If you know someone who might be into that kind of stuff, then that is something that you might want to gift or give. Gift or give, that's the same thing. That might be something you want to ask for or to gift. And another idea would be like some vegan shoes. So I'll leave a couple links to some awesome websites that have so many different styles, the cutest shoes ever, all vegan, and you would never be able to tell. Like they're just adorable. So I wanted to include like clothes and such because that's really a lot of times people give clothes and shoes and that kind of stuff for Christmas. I used to get a lot of that when I was living at home, but once you're vegan, you don't want leather jacket, you don't want a leather belt and all of that stuff. So this is a great way to find specific items. Like maybe you need a new wallet. You can go find something you like and say, hey, Dad, I need a new wallet, but I don't want a leather one. So here's a specific one that I love and you can buy for me. Okay, my next little category of gift ideas would be stuff for the animals. So these are great for those just die-hard vegan for the animal people. And that would be me. I'm definitely vegan for the animals. And I know a lot of people went vegan for the animals or went vegan for other reasons and now found out what happens to these animals in factory farms and all of that stuff and don't want to contribute to that and would really rather not consume any more things or get gifts that they don't need. This is another great thing for people who are trying to live a more minimal lifestyle, more eco-friendly, low waste, zero waste, whatever you want to call it, and don't need anything, but you still want to give them something, or you don't need anything, but you still, your family's like, well, what can I give you? These are some really good ideas for you. So first thing is you can adopt an animal, not really like take it home with you. You can do that too, but you can adopt an animal. So you can kind of pay online, there's lots of websites for like a rescued farm animal, and it pays for, their food and their shelter, orangutans, sloths, etc. There are lots of organizations who provide this service. So just do some research and find what feels best for you. But you essentially kind of like adopt an animal and they give you updates on them, and you can probably name them and all this stuff. So that's a really awesome way to take care of an animal without actually having to like have a sloth in your house. Or you can actually rescue an animal from like the Humane Society. Don't shop at Petco or other places like that. Those animals are usually bred. Don't buy animals that are bred. Breeding is awful. Like, that is awful. There are so many animals out there that need homes, like at the Humane Society and places like that. And if they don't get adopted, then they sadly usually euthanize them, aka kill them, which is awful and really sad and makes me kind of tear up to think about, because there's so many cute kitties and puppies and bunnies and all that stuff. So if you want an animal yourself, like I think for Christmas, probably every year of my life growing up, I was like, I want a kitty, even when I did get one for Christmas and it was the worst cat we've ever had and it ran away, which was sad, but kind of not sad because she was awful. But, and then I did get another cat for Christmas, Sam, and he was amazing, and we had him forever. So that's an amazing thing to ask for or to give for Christmas if you know that's something that they want. Don't just like bring someone a puppy and they're like, I can't take care of this. But I think that's a really good thing to do if you know that that's something that you either want or that somebody wants for sure. You can donate to a farm sanctuary near you in somebody else's name, which is great because there's lots of local farm sanctuaries that pennies will help them. There's so many things that they're doing for these animals, so any amount of money really helps, even if it seems like a small amount. And then you can even go to that farm sanctuary and see the place that you're helping. Or you can donate to their favorite animal charity or ask, hey, I don't want any gifts. All I want is for you to donate to this charity. So I'll leave a link in the show notes that's an article all about the best animal charities. There's lots of them out there. Please do your research before deciding on one that feels best for you, because some of them are definitely better than others in the way they use their money and their ethics and all that stuff. So that's just a great idea. I think that it's just so nice and kind, and again, people who are vegan for the animals and just that's all they care about, they don't really need anything themselves. These are some great gift ideas for them. Okay, the next category is experiences. I love this one a lot because experiences mean so much more to most people than, physical objects. And it's something that you really remember. You create these amazing memories. So some ideas of some experiences that you could gift would be, tickets to a concert, maybe a concert that they've been wanting to go to. Maybe it's a little bit out of their price range and they would love to go, maybe surprising them with some tickets or some movie tickets or a gift card to their local movie theater. I know that I don't really go to movies a whole lot because it's a little bit spendy and I'm not a huge fan of movies. Like, I like movies, I just usually don't like the endings of movies. I'm like, that's the end. I would have done it differently. But one time we got like a gift card to one of our theaters, like a local theater here, and we went because we had this money to spend and it was fun and I just loved it. So that's something that I think would be a good idea. Again, these are good like stocking stuffers too, if you're looking for some extras or something like that. Sports event, like tickets to a sports event. If you live in a city where there's like a professional football team that they love, you could surprise them with some tickets for that, or buy your dad some tickets and go with him. These are great ways to, like I said, just create memories and do something fun and unique and special and a lot less wasteful than some of the other things on this list. Things like a ballet or a play, those are fun to go to. My mom and I like to go to the Nutcracker whenever we can together. That's always like a fun thing. So tickets to things like that. And then you don't have to worry about wondering what they want for Christmas. It's just an easy, fun way to spend time together too. A lot of people are just like, I just want to spend time with you for Christmas. But instead of just like hanging out at home, you can actually do something fun together. Like I said earlier, you can visit like a local animal sanctuary together and maybe donate a little bit of money in their name and then go visit the sanctuary and meet the animals that have been saved. And that can just be so meaningful. You could go ice skating together. Oh, that's such a fun winter activity. I want to go ice skating this winter for sure. Ice skate. There's so many opportunities for experiences that you can do together, or you can gift them tickets, or you can give tickets, whatever it is that they are into or you are into. You can buy some tickets or a gift card or whatever it is, because it's so fun to get this kind of stuff because a lot of times it's like, I'm not going to buy this on my own. Maybe I would want to go, maybe like a comedy show or something. It's like, I want to go to that, but like, I don't need to spend the money on it. But then when you get the gift and you're like, well, now I'm going to go, and you have so much fun and it's so memorable. So I think experiences are such a good gift idea. Okay, and a couple other just like random, I guess, ideas that I had in my other category is a gift card to Vegan Essentials, or there's a new kind of online vegan store called Milk Guys, MYLK Guys, and they're just online vegan stores, kind of like Amazon, but everything is vegan. And I got a gift card once to veganessentials.com and I loved it. Like everything on there is vegan. There's like food, household, beauty. So if you really can't think of anything to give to somebody, or if you're just like, I just want to pick out everything on my own, you can ask for a gift card to one of those like online vegan stores. And then the last idea I have for you is a vegan gift basket. I got one of these one year from someone, I can't remember who, and it was awesome. Like they just put stuff together that they knew that I liked. So some snack stuff, and I think a Veg News magazine, and maybe like a cute shirt, and maybe a vegan button. I mean, you can put in there whatever. It doesn't have to even be all vegan related, like incense, or anything that you know that they like. You can put together. You can go thrifting, find a little basket, a really cute basket, put everything in there. And that's just such a good way to like completely tailor a gift to somebody that is just so unique and so well thought out. And it's just so fun. Oh, I think my brother gave this to me maybe last year. I think it was last year. It was so nice and so well thought out. It's not just one big present. It's like all of these little things that he thought of that just meant so much to me. And it just was so fun to look at each little individual thing. So I think a vegan gift basket is such a good idea. And you can combine ideas on this list and kind of put them all in one little basket. And I think it's such a good idea for a gift. Okay, so that's it for my list of vegan gift ideas. I could have just kept going forever. Like my list before I edited that down was massive. Like there's so many ideas out there. So if you have your own ideas, go for it. But I just wanted to give you some inspiration. And like I promised, I'm going to give you some little tips for what to do if you get a gift that isn't vegan. So if you get a gift that is not vegan, which totally happens, especially if you're a new vegan and you might get some chocolate that isn't vegan, or maybe some socks, like some warm socks that are made out of wool, stuff like that, then just remember to be polite. Like I always say, just be nice. And you might want to wait to say something until like the gift giving time is over, so it doesn't just like disrupt everything. Like you open your gift and you're like, cool, but these socks are made from wool, and like kind of be like a downer. You can, if you feel comfortable, maybe wait, and then afterwards be like, hey, I love these, but like maybe in private, after everyone's done opening presents, then you can say, hey, I love these, but these do have wool and those aren't vegan, and I don't really want them. So just a heads up, maybe you can keep them or whatever. Or you can make it really clear ahead of time that you'd rather not get any gifts that aren't cruelty free or contain animal products like leather or wool. And you might just have to tell them these are all the things that you want to look out for. You might even want to send them a list over text message, which some people just need that to know what to look for. And that'll be really helpful. They'll probably just have to get used to reading the fine print, aka the ingredients lists or the tags on the products. But that's one of the reasons I put this list together for you, so you can have some really great ideas to give to them so that it takes some of the stress off of them. So they're not just like, well, I didn't know what to give you, and now you're saying you don't even like this. You can say, hey, these are specific things that I want. You can even send them a link so they know exactly. And yeah, some people say that takes the fun out of it. You know what you're going to get. But that way you don't have to like get things that aren't vegan and do the whole return thing, which isn't great anyway. A lot of stuff that is returned just gets thrown away. That's a whole nother episode. I'm gonna do like a vegan zero waste episode sometime soon. So we'll talk about that more then. But this way, this list is kind of great. You can pick out what things that you want and kind of put together for them. So hopefully can take some stress off of them. And then you'll actually get gifts that you actually want and love. So it's a win-win. Take stress off of them, you get stuff that you love. But yeah, if you do get a gift that isn't vegan, you can offer to go with them to swap it out for something that is. That way they kind of can learn what to look for and what to not purchase for you. Or, like I said, you can tell them, like, you can keep this if this is something that you love. Like, I don't need more socks. It's totally fine. You keep this. We're good to go. They might be like, nope, we're going to get you something instead, which is fine. But do whatever feels best for you. And either way, it's just a great opportunity to have a chat about why you don't use that or why you don't consume products like that. You can use this as a great way to just bring this up, to say, I don't wear wool socks because X. or I don't use this because this is why. And the reasons might be different for everybody. And I think it's a good time to kind of educate your friends and family on why this stuff is important to you. But just remember to be kind, be grateful, be polite. I think those things go such a long way, especially when someone's giving you a gift. You don't want to be like, don't you know I'm vegan? Like, this is so harmful to the animals. Like, why would you ever, that doesn't go very far. If that's you and you want to go for it, but I just think being kind and being nice is the best way to go around it. And just being grateful. Like, people are trying to give you a gift. They may be messed up. Maybe they don't fully understand what vegan is, or they didn't check, or they didn't even think about it. That's okay. And having the conversation about it over the years, they'll totally learn, because this used to happen to me, back when I first went vegan, and it still sometimes does. And just saying like, hey, but people have learned. Now people check, and they're like, oh, I made sure that the socks weren't wool. That happened to me for sure. I got like these nice comfy ski socks and I was like, oh, they're wool. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't even think to look. So now they know, don't get us wool socks. So that's it for you guys. I really, really hope you liked this episode. So again, whether you're asking or giving gifts for Christmas, for any other holiday, for your birthday, anything like that, I really hope this episode was helpful for you. I hope it gave you lots of inspiration for gifts to give or gifts to ask for. I just think this was a much needed episode so that people kind of had some ideas and weren't just like, I don't know what to ask for, I don't know what to give. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, I would absolutely love to know if you have any awesome vegan gift ideas, anything that you think I might want to ask for. So again, come follow me on Instagram and YouTube, Facebook, all of the places. Send me a DM, comment on the YouTube video, comment on the Instagram post about this episode, and tell me what your ideas are. Or tell me some really good gifts that you have gotten as a vegan, or you have given as a vegan for Christmas or birthday or whatever, because I would love to know. I love hearing people's ideas on fun, unique gift ideas. And don't forget, if you're interested in snagging up some Osea skincare products, then click on the link in the show notes or the description of this episode, and you'll get $10 off your first purchase of $50. Like I said, this will make some amazing gifts. So if you know someone that is into vegan and cruelty-free products and you're wanting to give them something in a nice glass bottle that isn't just in plastic, it's sustainably packaged, it works beautifully, it smells amazing, then give the gift of Osea, because I think they'll absolutely love it. Or add this to your list, because I'm telling you, this stuff is life-changing. So again, just click on the link in the description or the show notes of this podcast, and the discount code will just be automatically applied. And like I've been doing in the last couple of episodes, is letting you know what kind of episodes you should be expecting to hear in the near future. So the next episode is going to be another in the What's the Deal With series. So it's What's the Deal With Alcohol. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, not all alcohol is vegan, and we're going to talk about that in that episode. I'm going to give you some good ideas on how to find alcohol that is vegan. I thought it'd be a good episode to do in December, because a lot of people drink a lot more around the holidays. So What's the Deal With Alcohol will be the next episode coming out in a couple of weeks. And then after that, I'm thinking I'm going to do vegan documentaries to watch. That's been requested a few times. I'm just going to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to do my top 10. I might narrow it down to 10. I probably will. But either way, it's going to be a list of awesome vegan documentaries, kind of talking about what each one is about. So if you're looking for documentaries to really educate you, then you're going to want to tune into that episode. Go make sure you're subscribed to the How to Vegan podcast channel on YouTube. It's a really good place to ask me any questions about any of the specific episodes. Go follow the How to Vegan podcast Instagram account. Again, take a little screenshot if you're listening to this right now and you like this episode, and share it to your Instagram stories and tag me, because again, it's just a great way to share this info with all of your friends and followers. I would love it so much if you went on over to the Apple Podcast app or to iTunes and left a rating and a review for this podcast. Again, it just helps more people see the podcast, which is my goal. I just want as many people as possible to hear this information, and you've been doing a lot more of it lately. For those of you that have left reviews on Apple Podcasts, like, oh my God, your reviews are amazing. Like, make me cry. Oh, I love them so much. So for those of you who have already left reviews and ratings, thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, go do it. Just go do it. It takes like, I don't know how long, not very long, a minute. Just do it. It really means a lot to me. So thank you. If you have any ideas for episodes, come find me, let me know. I'll add it to my list of episodes. I have a ton of episodes. Like, this podcast isn't going anywhere because I have so many episode ideas. But if you have an idea for me, please let me know and I'll add it to my list if I don't have it on there already. Please feel free to send me a DM with any questions you might have. I love sending little like voice message responses. I think it's nice and personal, and just if I'm usually pretty busy, so I like answering in that kind of a way. So if you have any questions about anything I talked about or anything in general, anything about veganism or living a healthy lifestyle, anything like that, hit me up. I will definitely respond to you. And again, everything that I mentioned in this episode, all of the links for all of the gift ideas and anything I mentioned will be in the full show notes over on kristenpound.com. So you can go over there, click on the podcast tab, find this episode, and you'll find everything linked there. Or just head to kristenpound.com/podcast. Easier way to get there. Same thing. You just don't have to do an extra click, but same thing. So everything will be linked there. So if you heard some things in this episode that you want to check out further, or that you want to add to your wish list for this holiday season, then go check that out for sure. So thank you so much for listening. I really, really hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, this was such a fun one for me to put together. I could have just kept going and going and going, because this is such a fun time of year to just kind of really think about what is important to you and what is important to gift to those that you love, and to try to be more mindful and not just so consumer mind-based. You know, consumerism is gross. I really don't like this time of year because of how wasteful people are, and they're just buying things that are so wasteful and that people don't even want, and they're just throwing away. They use once, like, So I really wanted to put together this episode of some mindful gifts that you could give or ask for around this time of year. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. Y'all are the best, and I'll just catch you guys in the next episode of the How to Vegan podcast. Peace.